What is the most damage you can cause with $10? My name's Ryan from Askreddit Tells, and today we're going to be looking at that. But before we do, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all the latest videos. Buy a bag of fries. Take it to an outdoor subway / underground / whatever station. Slowly feed bits of fries to pigeons. Amass several hundred pigeons in front of you waiting for fries. Then the next train comes. Just before the doors close, hurl the entire bag of fries into the car so the pigeons follow it into the car. But the people don't have time to get out. Ideally do this just before a long section without any stops, followed by several underground stations. Repeat 15 times, fries are cheap. Buy a plastic deck chair and leave it in a massive intersection. I heard this caused a 6-lane each-way highway to jam for hours once. My sister and I placed a box of cereal in the middle of an aisle at the grocery store. It caused a traffic jam affecting the other aisles. No one would pick it up and put it away. Everyone tried really hard not to hit it with their carts. It's hilarious to me how much people would rather go out of their way rather than fix an easy problem that'll affect others. This is one of my greatest sources of irritation. It's not my job. I don't care if it's not your effing job. If you have the opportunity to make the world a little better in less than 5 minutes, you do it, mother effer. I help people change their tires on the side of the road. Why? It takes me less than 15 minutes and that could save someone a couple hours, if they're in the middle of nowhere, and hundreds of dollars. Edit. Obligatory. Well, this blew up. And thanks for the gold. Also, this doesn't apply to taking on other people's duties as part of your daily job. That violates the 5 minutes part of what I described. Don't make the idea of doing nice things for being exploited by shitty employers. A sock filled with $10 in quarters could mess a few people up. $9.50 worth of glitter and a stamp addressed to a clean lab environment. Find twin 3-year-old boys at Walmart. Show them the money and tell them whoever makes more people scream inside the store can have it. Bottle of brake fluid in an expensive car dealership. Drizzle on hoods, wreck finish forever. Pouring caramel on someone's windshield. We actually did that to someone in high school, but used honey and then poured about a pound of glitter on top of it. The person kept being a dickhead and doing pranks like letting air out of tires and shaving cream on the door handles and stuff, and we keep telling them to stop. We bought a gallon of honey and probably a pound or two of glitter, and covered their windows. That was 10 to 12 years ago. It's probably still on there. Light it on fire and use your burning $10 bill to start a bigger fire. Spend 5 on super glue. Use glue to secure the other 5 to the floor of a Walmart entrance. I knew a guy who welded a quarter on top of a nail, then nailed it into a wooden dock. You would reliably see 2 or 3 people try to get it each day. I can't decide if I think that guy's hilarious or just kind of a dick. The hallmark of a good prank is that you should suffer more setting it up than whoever you're pranking, and you should cover any financial costs. This qualifies, I think. Edit again. Better phrasing has fewer edge cases, I hope. Buy some gallium. Edited. It literally eats aluminum. Just a small amount will kickstart a chemical chain reaction that will eat through alloy like popcorn at the movies. It's quite slow. 10 milliliters will eat through 1 centimeter sheet of aluminum in about 6 hours. It soaks into the aluminum and spreads incredibly far. Google it. 1 large drop on your dickhead stepdad's engine on his nice sports car will literally make the engine chasing fall apart faster than your emotions. Good luck. Wear goggles. Edit. Yep, you're totally right. Gallium is best, not NaOH. Step 1. Accept that you will not live once this plan is enacted. Step 2. Collect the bill from an infectious disease laboratory experiment where they see how long diseases last when transmitted by money. This is a real thing. Collect carefully once you're sure it's got some lethal nastiness all over it. Step 3. While the bill is being infected, practice the key move on yourself, using your own wrists. Once you've got it, look for chances to retrieve the bill. Step 4. Approach one of the following people. Angela Merkel, Boris Johnson, or whoever the president of Ukraine is by that point. Step 5. While shaking their hand, give them a wrist/paper cut using the infected $10 bill. Then state, "I do this for America," in flawless Muscovite Russian. Anytime you must state what you did, repeat the sentence. Edit. "Oh, silver, my first ever Reddit bling, and it's this. Thanks, kind stranger." Edit 2. Reddit boogaloo. Gold. Holy crap. Thanks again, peeps. Buy a thing of ladybugs and release them into someone's house. Use the leftover cash to buy mint seeds and plant them in the same enemy's front lawn. They'll never get it all out. Crickets. They're way worse. They make noise and have a curious habit. They won't leave a dark place into a bright one, so the little bastards won't come out of their hiding spots until it's nighttime and the lights are off. Real fun in college dorms when you can't turn the lights off in the hallway. Release a bag of crickets when everyone is asleep, and they'll immediately seek the darkest area they can find, the crack under everyone's doors. Buy a dead rat frozen from lab supply. Buy a single large ball jar. Buy a small bottle of hydrogen peroxide. Use the leftover $4 for alcohol, cause this is gonna get weird. Drop the rat in the jar. It has to fit, although you could trim it if feeling plucky. Add about 2 to 4 inches of peroxide and then an equal amount of water. The jar should have at least half of its height and headspace, no liquid. Twist the lid on as tight as you can. You now have the most potent stinky bomb you can imagine. As the peroxide breaks down the rat flesh, it will hyper-putrefy with the oxygen to a point where the death stink will be increased to vomitous levels at 25 feet from destination. Depending on ambient temp, the bottle will swell and explode between a few days and a week. Put it in someone's closet, under their bed or couch, and they'll likely have to sell their house, cause that stank ain't ever coming out. Clarification, this is not a bomb for throwing. This is a bomb for hiding and leaving for days to destroy property, making it unlivable via stank. Do I win? Take a shit and flatten it carefully between a folded $10 bill. Freeze until solid. Slide it into the cracked window of your crush's car on a hot day so it defrosts and gets all over their upholstery. They will marry you within 1 year. This works every time. Buy a universal screwdriver kit with all the fancy heads and then undo and loosen as many exposed screws as you can find in public. Benches, door hinges, safety mechanisms, etc. 1. Buy a dead fish. 2. Put fish in vent far from sight. 3. Wait. At my high school, someone put a bag of frozen fish in the 3rd floor ceiling tile and lasted a day before spring break. 2 weeks later, they had to close the entire 3rd floor and replace the ceiling going 40 feet in every direction, and the floor under the original area, and the ceiling under that on floor too. It smelled like rotting fish in the entire building for the rest of the year, and all classrooms had to have their windows open with fans running to have class. They did a deeper clean, deodorize over the summer, but the next 2 years that I was there, the 3rd floor still smelled strongly of fish. I know the most damage I've seen done by one person with $8 plus tax back when insurance riders cost $8 and a young man rented a brand new convertible Mustang at Enterprise. I think it was, drove off and wrapped it around a freeway divider. He was unhurt, the car was totaled, and then the rental place gave him another one 20 minutes later. Well, that brings us to the end of today's video. Did you like it? Maybe share it around with some friends and family. Help get the word out there. It really helps our channel. As always, my name's Ryan from Askreddit Tells, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.